Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. It is still Thursday, November 3rd, 2022. This is my post-market wrap-up, and I'm going to cover a lot with you. I got like 2 pages of stuff. But before we get to that, I want to share 2 things with you. This is the front page of the Las Vegas Review Journal. Farewell salute to Nevada's Ed Hall. Unbelievable. Last known Pearl Harbor survivor in this state dies at 99. I mean, this man made such a difference in people's lives. All he wanted to do is make people happy. It's the truth. I never met another man like him. The greatest man I've probably ever known in my life. And what an honor and privilege it was for me to have even known this man. I can't tell you. Anyway, the outpouring of love from all of you has been so overwhelming to me. I read the comments and I'm crying. I'm crying reading the comments. It's not easy, but Ed wanted to bring happiness to everyone he met. Ed's last day here at the Nevada Veterans Hospital, he's joking. The man's trying to make the doctors and nurses laugh. It's incredible, incredible thing. Now, with that said, I want to show you someone. Yeah, someone. This is Coco. Many of you remember I adopted him last year. Now, this guy right here was probably Ed's best friend too, and every day Ed would take Coco here on his lap, and Coco loved it, and they were really good buddies. Now Coco here knows something is wrong. He's depressed, he's hiding, and gonna give me a kiss. Oh my God. And I just want to say that these little creatures, they know. They're a lot smarter than we believe they are. He knows something's wrong, and he's feeling hurt too. So we're trying to give him a little extra love here. And I brought him into Ed's room earlier today just to kind of smell around. And I played a little game. When I would go check on Ed, I would knock on his door, bang, bang, bang. And I'd crack the door open and I would say, "Hello, Edward Hall, how you doing?" And he would say, "I'm doing fine, and Greg Mannarino." Anyway, or whatever he needed, if he needed a cup of coffee or whatever. Anyway, and of course, Coco would go running in and jump on his lap. So anyway, keep that in mind when a loved one passes on, that these little guys, they feel it. They feel it too. He knows something's up. Right, Coco? Say hi. Oh. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that to your attention here. Let's not lose sight of that animals suffer too. It's just so important. All right, anyway, look, let us now turn our eye on the market. Now, I want to bring a few things to your attention. So we heard from, oh boy, let's see if I can keep it together here, people. We heard from the White House today. Now, they want you to know a couple of things. Are you ready for what the White House wants you to know? Oh, well, this must be true because it's from the White House. Number 1, we are not in a recession. The White House doesn't see a recession coming, nor is the White House preparing for one. And do you know why? Because our economy is so strong. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel great. I'm going to be able to sleep perfectly at night. Oh, I think I'm just going to do cartwheels around the office. How about you, Coco? Oh, he's sad. Anyway, this is a joke on a monumental scale. So talking about joke on your monumental scale here. So the ISM service sector's gauge continues to fall along with everything else here. Now, I want to bring something else to your attention. We already understand, you and I, that there is a massive, I can't stress that enough, issue here with stability in the global debt market. And I'm talking, when I say the debt market, I'm also including currencies in here. Currencies, central bank issued currencies are units of debt. They are not units of wealth. You understand? I was talking to a friend of mine today, brand new friend, Casey. You out there, Casey? Good to see you again. Actually, I don't even know what you look like. But anyway, nice conversation on the phone today with Casey, and talking about global currencies and where they're going. Now, you and I, and Casey as well, realize that this, it's a currency-free fall. Currency, part of the debt here. What are these things? Let's just set the stage for a moment. If you're new here, pay a little bit of attention to what I'm about to say, because those of you who have been with me, you know this already. But let's just nail it, okay? Central banks issue the currency to us, okay? You don't own it. They do. They issue it and they own it. Not only do they own the currency, it's not yours, okay? You owe it back to the issuing central bank plus the interest that they miraculously create out of thin air. Imagine having that kind of power. That's what you are given the privilege to do, to hold their IOUs that you owe back to them, okay? It's an incredible thing. It's astonishing that we've allowed this to take place, but that's what we have here. It all plays right into the debt-based economic model that we all exist under right now. And central banks run it all. I mean, they run the financial system, they run the economy, and they're running it clearly into the ground, okay? So this instability, we're seeing this 10-year yield and global bond yields yo-yo. It's like, there's no tomorrow. I'm going to keep saying that because things are going to change, and they're going to change rapidly, very fast. And they're doing it now, obviously. So the side effect here of this current system melting down is surging global inflation here. And this is obviously not by accident, nor does a single central bank on this freaking planet, you understand, want to stop inflating. All right, the lie, you know what the lie is. We're raising rates. We're raising rates. Oh, yes, we're raising rates. It's a rate problem. It's a rate problem. It's not a rate problem, okay? It's a currency issue. It's a debt problem, period. And all they're doing here is crushing people. And now that leads to me to something else I want to talk to you about. I believe the entire global banking system is in a lot of trouble. It's in a lot of trouble. Why would that be? Let's put that together. Okay. The savings rate is in the negative globally. Okay. People can't save anything. They're being forced to, already wipe out whatever savings they might have had just to try to make ends meet in this surging out of control inflationary environment, which is going to persist. Don't listen to Greg Mannarino. Absolutely not. Listen to the thing known as Christine Lagarde and the other thing known as Jerome Powell and every other freaking Fed president, including the ghoul. I gotta do it. I don't know why. Every time I say or think of Loretta Mester, I have to do this face. Helps me relax. And of course we have Lex Luthor, Neil Kashkari. Do you understand, people, who the enemy really is? It's not me. It's not you. It's not anything else. It's central banking. It's central bankers. You get it? They run the world. Everything else, what is it? It's a shit show. Piled from here to Uranus and back, and then past Pluto, and revolving back around the sun, going to the outer stretches of the universe and back in every other freaking direction you could possibly think about. That's where it's going. And obviously, okay? But again, that's the lie. But going back to the banks, why are banks in trouble? Savings rate in the negative. Loans, people are trying to borrow here. But again, they're completely maxed out. So I was just writing a few things down here. So seriously, banks in trouble, no loans, no savings, and no deals. Mortgage brokers are getting crucified, all right? I was just talking to my friend and yours, Chuck Barone. Please pay attention to Chuck's channel. I think most of you here do subscribe to Chuck. They can't get any deals done. People cannot afford to buy a home. The average guy or girl making an average salary cannot even dream right now of buying an average priced home. So when the average guy or the average girl making an average salary can't buy an average priced home, the average priced home is in a bubble, and it's a hyper bubble. You understand? Who's responsible for this? Who is the entity responsible here for creating price action distortions? And I mean distortions across the spectrum of asset classes. And there's nothing that makes sense anymore. When you have central banks here responsible for everything and who have artificially pumped the world full of debt, and it doesn't stop, and it won't stop, okay? This issue with the debt market here. What do you think? There's no asset that has a price discovery mechanism behind it. It just goes out of control. Central banks know this. This is deliberate. Well, and that's what makes this whole situation here so freaking twisted and so challenging as well. So far this week, I got it completely wrong. I expected this week the stock market to gain. We've pretty much had a losing day every day. But look, all this is predicated on action here in the debt market. All right, and it's clearly showing signs of instability. And that, I believe, is hiding a secret. That secret is in our freaking face. The banks of the world are in trouble. But let me actually, you know what? You and I are in trouble. Just like they got bailed out next time, do you think for a nanosecond that these institutions are going to be allowed to fail? Let's ask Coco. Coco? It's written all over your face. Look, he's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You see? Kidding. I got it. He gets it. All right, look. So, you and I are going to pay for it. As always here, the people always lose. Let me explain this to you in another way. Real quick. Let's talk about what is the real goal of a corporation that even has shareholders or whatever it might be. Is it to help their shareholders prosper and do really fantastic? No, it's to survive. And they'll do this by sucking dry their shareholders and everybody else here. And this includes central banks. And central banks here, people, look, I don't know how to say this another way either. They're on a mission to destroy you. They're on a mission to destroy the world. They're bringing it to its knees. They want slaves. They've already created nation slaves and individual slaves. Slaves to the debt-based beast system. Do you understand what I'm talking about here? At least I hope you do. I really, really do. Unfreaking believable. I wrote down magic trick. Look at this magic trick. All right. So, what kind of magic trick do central banks want us to believe that they're going to pull off? Let's see here. They are the ones responsible for destroying the entire financial system and the economy right now. And they want us to believe that they're going to pull off some magic trick miracle that the same entities that have destroyed it are now going to fix it. Do you trust them? Do you trust central banks to fix it? Or do you trust central banks to look out for their own freaking interest here? They have their best interest in mind. You and I are dog shit. This little guy here makes a lot of poop. And every time he poops, I'm thinking, dog shit. Yeah, I know. Automatically, central banks, dog shit. You understand? You got it, people. No one knows this better than you and me. But really, I want you to consider what I'm saying. No loans, no savings, no deals. You think these banks are prospering here? Let me tell you what the banks are doing. They're preparing for a worst case scenario. But oh no, according to the White House, the U.S. Oh yeah, here, just look. Okay, U.S. is not in a recession. Nor are they preparing for one. Oh, and the economy is strong. Oh yeah. I'm going to hyper-freaking ventilate. I'm sweating. Oh, Lord. Anyway. You get it? Today, again, wild ride in the debt market. Dollar incredibly stronger today. Okay, I'm talking about the relative strength. Now, Alan Alan Greenspan, you know who I'm talking about here, former Fed chair. Okay, first of all, this man talks in riddles, you understand? But he did make one thing very, very clear, that the dollar strength that we've been seeing here is going to continue to rise. Now, can we all get a simultaneous duh? Let's do this. I want this to be a duh heard around the world. Are you ready? So we're going to do this on 3. 1, 2, 3, duh! Duh! I'm telling you. You can't make that up. You and I have known about this for how long? Over a year ago? I told you it was going to happen. It's not done. This knee-jerk reaction into the dollar is a telltale sign that we have problems here. Now, yes. On a relative basis, the dollar is lovely and the dollar is looking great. But on an absolute basis, they're killing it. They're killing the dollar. Every central bank is killing their currency on purpose and sucking the people down with it. You understand? This man knew. You see this man? A freaking American hero, a national treasure. He knew it. He knew it. He also knew that the attack on Pearl Harbor was a setup. How's that? All right. I heard it out of his mouth on multiple occasions. He realized what happened. He was a very smart man, Ed. I know you listen to me, Ed. Anyway, what else can I tell you? So gold and silver did fall under pressure today, although a lot less than earlier. Cryptos, Bitcoin around 20 grand, a little over that. Crude oil falling under pressure. I guess that false flag didn't work out. There'll be another false flag. Just don't worry about it. Every time crude falls, I start sweating. How many people are they going to kill just to keep crude propped up? Oh, but OPEC said the world cannot survive. This is their own words. Without oil, let's raise prices. Oh, yeah. Sounds great. Fantastic. They're killing us, people. They're trying to kill us all. And poor Coco knows about it. Aw, he's so depressed. A friend of mine gave me a great suggestion. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take an article of Ed's clothing and I'm going to put it like in his little bed. And I think that'll cheer him up. I really hope so, because I've never seen him like this. This is the most happy-go-lucky little prancing around little guy. I've had him for a year. I adopted him a year ago when my other dog Prince died, and he's never been like this. He's just hiding. He only comes out to eat, and he doesn't want to play. I hope he'll recover from this. You know, I guess he goes through a mourning phase like people do. But Ed wanted us all to be happy. I'm telling you, if there's one thing Ed wanted, was to make people happy. Like I said, right up until the moment he went to sleep and didn't wake up, you all know Ed passed away in his sleep. He was trying to make the doctors and nurses laugh. He's trying to make me laugh. Let me show you. I'm going to show you one thing before I let you go. This is the final picture that I took of Ed Hall. And this picture says so much in my view. This is Ed right before I left him. We had just finished hugging. Let me tell you how that went down just real quick. So I was about to leave. Oh boy, here we go. Give me a second. Oof. All right, I was about to leave. And I reached over and I hugged him. And I said, I love you, Ed. And as I'm getting up, he says, come back here. So I leaned over. And I'm telling you, the strength of this 99-year-old guy, he just puts his arms around me and he squeezed me so tight. I was like, and he says, I love you, Greg. And I told him I love him again. And so that's the last picture I took of him. That's his last picture, like he's, saying farewell, everybody. And look, he's still smiling. Could you imagine that? One of the greatest men who has ever graced this earth to live on it. This guy, right here. All right, look, before I get all broke up and all emotional again, I'm going to let you go. Love you a lot. Please comment, share the video, and I'll see you all in the morning.